Should we start?
Yes.
Yes, you're live. You're live.
Okay, great. Um, good evening to all our viewers. My name is Ashwini Bhave, and I would be hosting the 22nd webinar of Mental Health Cognizance Forum. Today, our discussion is with a panel with Garima Gupta, and she is a psychologist, psychotherapist, and an NLP practitioner. For who are not aware of NLP, NLP is basically a neuro-linguistic practitioner. And I think in some of our seminar, we'll of course get an opportunity to cover some part of NLP in terms of, because it's absolutely um, a great way to kind of rebrain or rewire our brains. So in some of our next webinars, we will definitely talk about NLP. But Garima, I welcome you to the show. And today, I think we are going to talk about the most important topic is coping with stress and emotions, especially for young adults who have constantly in a reflex action of anxiety and stress when faced with difficult situations. So a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this great opportunity again to meet you all guys on this platform. And this is a very nice topic that we'll be covering today.
Right. So first, let's, as usual, start with a psychological definition of stress and emotion. And I think we've kept it very consciously, defining a particular term from a scientific perspective, because everybody has their own perspective about stress and emotions. But let's try and look at a psychological definition of stress and emotion.
See, stress is a flight or fight response to any external stimuli given to you at any moment of time. If you are given any external, suppose stress can be positive also and negative also. If a stress is there, if a stressor is given, if an external stimuli is given to you as a young person that your exams are coming, so you can take that stress into a positive way to motivate you to study. That is a response you will get. If you have not studied at all, then you will take that response as a flight response. Ab mera kuch nahi hoga. So that is the way the stress can happen to any person at any point of life.
Right. What about emotions? I mean, we talk about emotions a lot, but what about emotions? How do we define them?
Emotions are the psychological feelings we have, feelings, behavior, what we feel in deep inside ourselves. These emotions are very, very important. Emotions, control our overall personality, persona, behavior, and the way we are, in this world. So
Right.
emotions are psychologically very important, and they are very, very inbuilt in all of us.
Right. So it also gives us some insight in terms of how do we feel.
Yes.
It's also a way to kind of figure out our own pulse कि क्या हो रहा है.
हमारे अंदर क्या भाव है, क्या विचार है, वो सब थॉट्स और इमोशंस के थ्रू ही हम सबको बता सकते हैं. पर पहले हमें ये, आपने बहुत सही कहा, हमें जानना जरूरी है कि हमारे अंदर क्या विचार है, क्या हमारे अंदर भावनाएं हैं.
Yes. So according to you, what are the common areas of stress today in teenagers? I mean, currently, what are teenagers' areas that they're getting stressed?
Teenagers के साथ there are many areas where they feel stressed. See, it can be personal, it can be due, according to their studies also, and it can be because of their family also. Personal जब मैं कहूँ तो उनकी अपनी personality, उनके अपने etiquettes, उनके अपने confidence, उनका self esteem को लेकर भी उनको काफी stress feel हो सकता है. उनका अपना self esteem भी low हो सकता है, confidence भी low हो सकता है, जिससे उनकी पढ़ाई प्लस बिहेवियर दोनों पे असर पड़ेगा. ड्यू टू द एक्सटर्नल स्ट्रेसेस लाइक स्टडीज, एकेडमिक्स एंड एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज. आप आजकल सुन रहे होंगे बच्चों को ऑलराउंडर होना जरूरी है, तो उन्होंने ये भी स्पोर्ट्स खेलना है, उन्हें सब कुछ करना है. That can be a stressor for the already tight schedule of the child to incorporate all these activities. फिर फैमिली की ओर से मैं कहूंगी, because families, every family is not the same. The child may perceive that उनके parents उनको समझ नहीं रहे हैं. That can create a great deal of stress, or they're unable to share their already inbuilt stress with their family, can create a stress. Communication gap हो या किसी भी वजह से हो, या पेरेंट्स वर्किंग है या कुछ भी वजह है, whatsoever reason. So teenagers का stress बहुत aspects में होता है. वो उनका puberty आ रहा है, उनका पढ़ाई बढ़ रही है, they are facing a lot of peer pressures also in the name of body image, body projection, and their overall persona. So ये all can be the stresses for a teenager and a young adult.
Yes. So, very interesting insight that you said is that parents don't understand me. And I have seen people who are 40, 45 cribbing about saying that, oh, my parents never understood me. So that is also extremely important, even for parents to understand that your child is going through a lot. And that's something that they need to be mindful about.
See, the child is going a lot emotionally, mentally, physically.
Yes. So everywhere there is a lot of
aspect of the child is a jumbled jigsaw for which they need help to either by their mental health counselors or their parents or peers to sort it out. You know, they're a jigsaw puzzle right now.
Yes, absolutely. So according to you, what are the importance of coping with the feeling of anxiety and stress?
It is very important, ma'am, because if we are not able to handle the stressors in our life, the anxieties in our life, आपने सुना होगा बहुत बार बच्चे कहते हैं कि मेरे को पढ़ाई का बहुत स्ट्रेस है, मुझे अकेला छोड़ दो.
Yes,
absolutely. And then they get into this loop of overthinking or negative thinking कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, जिससे उनकी already performance और down हो जाती है. So अगर इस चीज को, एंजाइटी को, स्ट्रेस को properly handle ना करा जाए to at every point of their lives, at every moment of their lives, then they can feel lost.
Right.
या तो वो lost feel करेंगे या वो गलत direction में भी जा सकते हैं इस चीज से.
Okay. And so when are we saying that they can go in the wrong direction, or it is important, what do you think are the impacts if you don't handle anxiety and stress, and if you don't start learning to handle anxiety and stress, what are the implications as an adult that one could face?
See, one major thing which we have already observed is lack of self-esteem and lack of confidence.
Right.
As an adult, they have this consistency problem. Consistent नहीं हो पाते कई बार relationships में, कई बार jobs में, कई बार in any other sphere of their life. They are very confused about everything.
Right.
And अगर there is a promotion, at times they, instead of feeling happy, they feel anxious due to the added responsibilities. Addition of members in the family, they feel anxious and stressed.
Right.
Trust issues develop हो जाते हैं at times with them.
Right.
Trust औरों पे नहीं, अपने आप पर सबसे ज्यादा होता है.
So it's important that children start, or young adults start, learning to cope with anxiety and stress very early in life. It's like a life skill. So if you can handle it now, when your life is actually taking a 360-degree turn,
right,
it will help you in future also. Because I have seen a lot of parents saying that ठीक है, stress तो normally है.
तो बच्चों को हमें भी होता था, तुमको तो कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं है.
True. So it's important for children to start learning. It is like a coping mechanism also. How do you cope with things in life? So then if that is a reality, that children have to cope up with stress, and that is going to be a part in terms of anxiety, stress will be a part of life. There will be situations which will be stressful, which might make us feel anxious. Then what are some of the coping strategies a young adult or adolescent should start building? Like it is like a habit. If you keep doing that, then it will be more or less taken care of. What can we do? Some strategies.
See, self-help management skills. If we talk about self-help management skills, go to a proper disciplined routine, like they wake up, they take care of themselves, they exercise a lot. Along with the mental relaxation, they need to have a
Right.
physical regime also to
Right.
let the stress out. वो कहते हैं ना आंसू मत बहाओ पसीने बहाओ, तो there has to be something like that.
Right.
And more than that, they need to meditate, they need to practice the progressive muscle relaxation techniques, and the
Right.
school also needs to inculcate the relaxation sessions with proper counselors or the tutors responsible for the child. And
Okay.
the family needs to understand if the child ka behavior is diverging from normal, then there has to be something which needs their attention.
Right.
So they need to pay a little focus on the child's behavior. Why is it deviating from the normal? And
Right.
the rest, as we talk about coping skills, so we can teach the child as a holistic, psychoeducation. We can teach the child to face the stress,
Right.
face the stresses rather than flying away and running away from it. Just
Right.
face it. And when you face the stressor and face and focus on your own emotions, how you are feeling at that point of time, the child will be able to handle it better. They will be able to seek out help.
Right.
Instead of Googling everything out, how to deal with it, I think they need to take proper help from the professionals in that case, so
Okay.
that they get a very unjudged view of their stresses.
Okay. So because then, right, so there's a third person who'll kind of help them to relook at
A
the
neutral person who can help
Yeah,
them
a
out.
neutral person, yes. But one very interesting, you said that you need to practice progressive relaxation or meditation. Now, for children especially or young adults, meditation looks to be a very foreign, if I may say the word, something that you are probably asking them to follow a spiritual road, or which is also sometimes connected to religion. So, what is the importance of actually doing meditation and not kind of focusing it on a religion aspect?
See, meditation overall doesn't mean to, follow any religion or any cult or anything like that.
Right.
Meditation means just controlling your brain and controlling your mind to stay blank for a moment of a time, or to focus on something very particular. It can
Right.
be any thought, any thinking, any chanting, anything which everybody has their own following. So
Right.
meditation means just the control of your senses at that time.
Right. So, I mean, because a lot of youngsters would kind of shirk about saying, "Oh, meditation," then I can't do it. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying that, even adults and young adults, of course, that meditation, it's very difficult. I mean, I can't just go thoughtless. So it is a great mechanism or a great coping strategy, but how do you make it more accessible to children? Like, how do you encourage them to kind of look at meditation or progressive relaxation methods? How do you do that?
The meditation and progressive muscle relaxation, along with yoga or some playway method,
Right.
can definitely appeal the child to get into it.
Right.
So if we do that candle exercise or some exercise to focus on a particular thing, then they can feel, in a playway method, they can learn things. They can learn early to control their thoughts.
Right.
Before it's too late.
Okay, so we have one, of course, as you said, that we need to practice relaxation. You need to practice meditation. You need to practice physical exercises. You need to practice a routine in life, because as you grow old, it seems to they seem to be moving away from routine, because school does give you that routine. As you grow, college kind of gives you the freedom, and that is where a lot of challenges also seep in. So structure, routine, physical exercises, and what do you recommend? Do you recommend they're going to gym, or do you just recommend that everybody should at least do a 30-minute walk or get out of the house and kind of practice some form of it?
Totally it depends on the person to person again. Totally their personal choices.
But you don't have to go to the gym.
But at least do something.
Yes.
That
So you
is
can
more
play.
important. The effort to do something for yourself is more important than what you are doing.
Right. So it can be a sport, it can be walks, it can be
It can be
running,
painting, it
it
can
can
be
be,
drawing, it can be anything to just let it out, just to feel yourself as you are, just to let go of that stress at that time, that anxiety at that time.
it can
Because
be dance practice also, some form that will help you to kind of release the stress.
yes,
The reason I'm asking you, because all of us are very focused when we say exercise, we just think it is gym, and
gym,
people don't really realize that yoga, going and playing sports, even dance, Zumba, or
even
even
drawing,
normal
painting,
art.
even so many activities to do.
Yes.
Like,
So if those are all about physical activity, anything where you can kind of burn some of your energy within and sweat is important, and just not going to the gym.
see, just not going to gym and doing anything about yourself takes your thought process towards yourself. Then you start thinking about yourself. Your overall health improves, your emotional, mental, and physical health, and everything. So that makes the things easier for you to do. Whatever you do, even if you climb stairs up and down, doesn't matter.
Yes, it's also your me time.
Yes, also definitely right. You are
Right. So because you are there with yourself and nobody else is there around, so it does give you. So let's look at 5 strategies so that I'm sure the viewers will have a little more
clarity
information
about
about it.
things.
So let's look at one is we were saying that they should have a structured life in terms
Yes.
of a routine that they need to follow. Second is that you need to have physical activity. Third, you need to also practice some form of relaxation or meditation. Then fourth, we did miss the point, but I think eating right is also important when you're looking at
Maintaining a
anxiety.
healthy lifestyle is very important.
So
Eating
fourth is
right.
that. And fifth, of course, there are counselors or therapists that in case you need them,
Or your
they
family for that sake. Get,
whoever, but you should approach.
but you should approach, you should seek help out when you feel that you are stressed.
Yes. So rather than just suffocating inside and kind of going spiral movement down, it's important to share it with somebody, express it, and seek help as and when you feel you are just getting out of control. I think that's important as
Yes.
well.
See, the plus point of that is maybe you will get an insight that whatever you are feeling, whatever emotions you are experiencing when you are stressed, they are not worth it,
Right.
or they are temporary.
Yes.
And you can get that power to control, have a control over them, or to sort them out.
Absolutely. So that's also an important aspect, that seek help, because when we are not, I mean, we go to the doctors with simple fever also.
Yes.
And but when we are not feeling well, we are not looking outside and we find of saying, oh, how will people think about me? But whenever you're feeling stress and something that you think you cannot cope, seek help, speak to your parents, speak to your friends, speak to somebody, which will also give you a little more, it will also relax you. Sometimes even talking, just talking to somebody can help. So these are 5 strategies. Anything that you think that one important thing all the young adults should bear in mind when we are talking about stress or anxiety?
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. Yes,
Trust,
absolutely.
trust yourself, this too shall pass.
Yes, great. So, Garima, thank you for such a fruitful and interactive session. And everybody, thank you for tuning with us, and wish you a very, very happy new year, because we will see you only in the next year now. So, wish you a very, very happy new year, and spend your last few days in thinking on what do you want your new year to be like. So, focus on your goals for the next 4 5 days, and wish you a very great weekend ahead and a happy new year. Garima,
Thank
a
you
happy
so
new
much,
year.
and a happy new year to everyone,
Yes,
with lots of hopes and positivity in the coming new year.
absolutely.
This year has been COVID and all, so next year hopefully
Yes,
everything will be better.
yes,
Better
this
than
year
now.
has given us time to introspect. Next year we'll all be in
Yes.
action.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank
Okay.
you.